properly labeled. And with that, I believe I am live. Let me just refresh and
Am I this one?
You are this one. You're the one I just moved up.
Okay.
The names go down.
Okay.
Okay, and with that, all I have to do now is open the book. So we're just gonna go ahead and say that you went into the house due to our mishaps with technology. Yeah, we're gonna rescind that mulligan.
Are we in the McAvoy or the Patrick Stewart timeline?
I don't know. I never really watched it.
Neither. We're in the worst timeline, where they both exist.
Oh no.
Well, that would explain the fact that Nymphias can't eat anything without making a mess.
I swear, no matter how...
That's why I saw Ryan Reynolds running around like Freddy Krueger.
I just spill everything.
Is your mic on?
No, I'm worried it would echo, so I'm just trying to talk loud enough that it goes through everywhere. Because we would echo.
Can everyone hear her?
Yes.
Yes.
Right, so... Alright, so you entered the house, and now you're just in the front room. If you actually let me move your tokens up so you can see that little wall. But I believe I made it, so everyone can move their own tokens.
How does one do that?
You click it and drag it.
Oh, cool.
Or you could just ping where you want me to put it, and I'll put it there.
Cool.
So, do you remember why you came in this house in the first place?
To help those two kids get their baby brother and possibly find their parents?
Or get maimed by a vicious werewolf or something. Probably the latter. Probably a broom.
Nymphias could attest to that.
I have PTSD.
Alright, so you guys move around, tell me what you want to do, and I will tell you what you see or find. Right now, the floor that you're on, it looks very well kept. You see that it's clean, and it does very well look like that the kids were in fact living here.
I use perception in this little entryway.
Alright, go ahead, roll. Alright. You see it's a room.
That's fair.
You see it's a room, and that you actually find a series of hooks on the wall designed for coats and hats, but that's about it.
I'm gonna go ahead and go into the next room and yeah, I'll just go into the next room.
All right.
I will follow the Orky boy.
What? Where do you want to go? Ping. You gotta hold for a second, or you could use your little arrow. You want to move to this?
Yeah.
So, Zexelzara and Shump see that there is a black marble fireplace here. And above it is a longsword just on the mantle above it. You see several small doors and a staircase that is going up.
Question. Do I hear anything? Because I'm thinking just these might be making some noise unless they're rugs.
That's in another room, though. You wouldn't know about.
When it get
Yeah, I don't want to
I'm
use
made
fog
that
of war
game.
and fuck us up again, so I'm just using lighting.
Yeah, sorry, I'm used to slight metagame.
Actually, I might be able to change your lighting fixture. So,
Well, if he uses light, then he can see for like 30 feet, right?
you can see for 30 feet. But what I'm going to do is have that to try to limit what you see between rooms.
Okay. So, do I hear anything? Because I know that the kids were saying there's a monster in here.
Go ahead, roll a perception.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Hey.
You do not hear anything from what appears to be this floor, but you do hear a bit of clattering from the floors above. It's almost as if something's moving and banging around up there.
I'm gonna go upstairs then. I'll
I gotta
I'll
reset
tell
for a second. I can't.
everyone anyway that I hear something moving upstairs. Let's go check it out.
Alright. So you would be here then.
Okay.
In that room, you see. Actually, I'm just going to move you up to the top of the stairs. You see several suits of armor that are just standing at the sides of the doorway. And you see a bunch of decorations. You see decorations on the visor of the helm that appears to be dancing youths. The helm itself is in the shape of a wolf's head.
I'm gonna
Furry.
hide a bit and open up this door right here beside me. Peel in, see
This one?
if I see, yeah, see if I see the kid in there or not.
No, you see 2 beds and a couple of foot lockers in there. At least from your direct line of sight.
I'm just gonna shut the door again and pretty much just go through and opening each door I pass by.
I want to go into the room that I'm in front of.
Alright. Chunhua wants to go in here. As you enter, you see several stuffed wolves. Why don't you make a perception check real quick? Alright. For a moment, you believe that this one's eyes just looked at you. Other than that, you see a couple of large cabinets. One of them appears to be blatantly locked, and the other does not. And within that, there's also a cask of wine sitting on this table, with 2 glasses sitting next to it. Shump, what room did you want to go to next?
I'm just gonna be making my way. I'll check out this one.
Make a reflex save.
Sure.
Oh god.
A reflex save.
Yep.
All right. That would be Dex.
Dex,
right?
yes.
Wow.
Alright, as you approach the door, one of the suits of armor moves and just swings its arm at you.
Okay.
At least it's not a broom.
Take a step. Gonna take a step back and yell down at the three below me, like, "Hey, we
Uh,
normal."
why don't you
Zoink.
roll for initiative then?
Oh god. How do I do that on her?
Neato.
Hey, it finally worked for you.
How do I do this again?
Oh, click your initiative.
Oh.
It should be somewhere in there.
Oh, she did. She just didn't click her token
Oh,
before
you gotta
doing
click
so.
your token, then do it. But I can just add you in. And that was 12.
That worked now? That worked.
Then I need to make a... I actually have to find this thing's, there it is.
What is tapping?
Hello?
Hello?
It's a spooky
Someone's
broom wearing
tapping.
armor.
I gotta find its friggin' initiative. I don't think it has initiative bonus. Yeah, it doesn't have initiative bonus.
Hmm.
5. So,
Well, actually, Ziggy, if you made it for, gave it an NPC tab, it would have rolled initiative for you.
I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Well, first one, I'm gonna say Shump.
Well, you can make it go in descending order.
I'm trying.
Click the little arrow.
There.
Yeah.
There we go. So, what are you gonna do first, Shump?
Well,
It's Evers's turn first.
What is it? Airbus.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright, Ambrose.
Okay. What did you say it was? Shift whenever I wanted to take
Q.
Q.
Q. Okay. There we go. Going to move my 30 feet over to... No, stop that. Don't do that. Damn it, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just stack. Yeah.
Accidentally snapped.
So then would be Shump.
I'm gonna swing at it with my maul.
Alright. Make an attack roll. That would be a hit.
God, I am rolling pretty good. Let's see, that's a 2d6.
Just roll the maul button on the chat.
Yeah, I know. I just want to make sure. All right.
10 is good.
That works. Alright. Your maul, you swing your maul out and catches him right in the side of the chest plate, actually causing it to dent. And as the maul makes contact, it sounds very hollow.
Like there's nothing in it?
Yes.
Oh.
It's just a broom wearing armor.
Then would be Chunhua.
Can we move me to the top of the staircase?
Do you have enough?
I think so.
That would be 30 feet. So
You have just enough to get to the top. You'd be right here.
Thank God I did my math right. So is he in range for my crossbow?
He would be in range, but he's partially obstructed.
Okay, I'll just wait.
You could still make an attack roll, you just have a penalty to it.
Okay, is this the one I hit?
Your crossbow, yes. That is a miss. So it is the armor's turn. He's going to make an attack roll. Against Shump. First one misses. I'm going to assume.
Uh,
And then second
a
one.
9?
Yeah, I don't.
Yes. 9.
because you're having it on advantage, the first one would be like the non-advantage roll, so the 9 would miss you.
Yeah. That's why I
And
made a second roll.
the 11 also misses.
Okay. It seems to swing out with both arms, but comes just short of you. His left swing actually hits the door next to you. Then would be Zexelzara.
All right. So I will go upstairs.
Okay. I will say if you're not cramped, like you're not being flanked or anything, you can just move past your teammates. I don't know of anyone other than maybe Abras that would take up 5 square feet.
Ibris is medium, so and besides, there is the rule in D&D where you can move through friendlies. So
Yeah. Just we do have
and I will sword burst the motherfucker.
okay. I wanted to say that because of we do have Sans and Megan who don't quite or who are still new to D&D. Must make a dex save.
The enemy does.
Yes. 18.
All right, so they take 0 damage then.
Okay. Then it goes back to Ibris.
Yay! Let me do some quick math. Hold on. Yeah.
You should be able to make it to him if you go here.
Oh yeah, I can make that. Yeah.
All right.
Hold on a second. I will take a swing at him with my warhammer.
Okay, go ahead. I'm the DM. I'm allowed to snack.
Rapper, Crinkle, ASMR.
Want to give us an attack roll? Sans?
Sans.
You alive?
I lost the button.
You lost a button.
It should be in attacks and spell casting. Just choose either the one-handed or the two-handed one.
So just click it.
Yes.
Alright, that misses. With your swing of the warhammer, you swing down, and it just comes in contact with the ground, splintering it a little bit. And
Intimidation.
you can always try, but in this case, no. Next is Shump.
I'm gonna swing my maul at him again, and as I do, I'm gonna say we're aiming for the armor, not the floor.
That is another hit. Alright. You actually swing your maul back down, crushing the foot completely. And it just seems to almost shrug it off.
Oh,
Tis but a scratch.
It definitely looks damaged, and you could say that you definitely would not want to be within it. But now it is Chunhua's turn.
I'm gonna move right here. And
Alright. That is a hit. Go ahead, give me a damage roll. Oh, wait, wrong
you
one.
hit the wrong one.
Wrong one.
ah!
The light crossbow button on the first roll.
I have fat fingers, so. Wait.
First roll, that was 17.
No, you don't do 1d. You don't do 1d20 damage.
I didn't hit. What?
No. We got the
No,
attack roll. I'm trying to do damage.
The in the chat the light crossbow
Alright.
button.
Alright, I did it for you.
Thank you.
6 damage.
Woo!
The bolt goes through its chest and actually seems to get stuck on the inside, but still poking out. The armor itself seems to stumble back a moment, but catches its footing. Next is the armor. It is going to see the elephant in the room and make its attacks. First one, 13, and second attack will be a 16.
Both hit.
Red.
That is 12 damage.
And I'm gone.
You're not dead, but you are very, very hurt. The first hit hits you square in the chest, knocking you to the knees, and the second one just knocks you straight to the ground. You are unconscious.
You're not dead, you're unconscious.
Next is Zexelzara. The elephant is now prone.
The meat shields are going down. I'm going to cast Grease.
Okay. Everyone must succeed a dexterity saving throw or fall prone.
I'm going to do like a 10-foot square within range, which will be around this guy,
Alright.
but in this little area here.
Alright, so you want to try to get it out of their area?
Yes.
Okay.
I won't be aiming towards them. It'll be within the square where it is.
Yeah, I'll say if you hit the fireplace or hit here, then the armor will be in range. So he has to make a dex save. 13.
All right. He failed that.
Okay. The armor slips down, and slips on the grease and falls flat on its back, prone. With that, it is Ibris. You are going to have to make a death saving throw.
A dex saving throw?
Death.
Death saving throw. Death save, go.
Ooh, that's one strike.
E.
So you know 10 is the cutoff for passing.
Oh, goody.
You have two more strikes before you die. Which leads us to Shump.
Why am I the red shirt in this?
This is why I said make your backups.
I'm going to swing down on it with my maul with all of my might.
You get
And you have
advantage.
advantage because it's prone.
Hey!
That's pretty good.
That is a hit. 10. With a very, very satisfying crunch of the armor.
Hit him in the dick.
You cave in what you would say is like the chin to the collarbone region. It just completely caves in, and the armor just twitches for a moment, then stops moving. And once it stops moving, the armor seems to almost disjoint itself.
I'm gonna just slowly pick my maul up out of it and just say, did I just kill Olmo?
Yes. Yes, you did. Congratulations.
Given the situation of this challenge, I will say I'm not going to count experience, because you'll get level ups before that experience actually matters for this challenge. But you killed armor.
Alright, that's a feat.
Wear its corpse as a trophy.
I'm going to
Can
collect my
I do that? Can I take both of Olmo?
The armor looks almost unusable from the damage now. You have successfully
hit the
caved
arm.
in. You didn't hit one arm. And one of the feet is completely crushed. Like, it's almost cartoonishly flat.
I'm just gonna take
This
one
is
of the
fashion soul. That doesn't matter.
I'm just gonna take like one of the pieces for the forearm. I'm just gonna take that.
Like a racer, kinda?
Yeah,
All right.
When you said
Fashion
that's,
sold.
that's my trophy.
I just thought of Roger Rabbit.
Classic movie.
I'm taking that as my trophy
Okay.
for murdering all.
All right. Is anyone going to try to save the elephant?
I'll try doing a medical check on him.
All right. Ooh.
Should I try?
You could try again.
Ain't looking too good.
If you fail, I'll have him do another death saving throw.
Oh God.
All right. Shump, you gonna try?
I may as well, but I don't think it's gonna do much good.
You never know. You've been getting a lot of good rolls.
I have, but that
He
was all
saved a
straight.
robot.
This
He should be able to
is-
save an elephant. Holy shit!
I'm just
Shump
gonna
the
punch
orc
him one good time. Just
goes
gonna
up
punch
to-
him in the chest. Like, get up!
Shump the orc goes over to the elephant, slaps a piece of
Wake
cloth
up, Lieutenant.
on his head, and just smacks him and says, "Get up." And with
Wake
that,
up,
the
Lieutenant.
elephant gasps as he wakes up.
At 1 HP. Heal
Tell me somebody
thyself.
Oh, wait.
Tell me that somebody else thought of the scene from Detroit Become Human.
I did not play that.
I own the game,
Wake
but
up,
I've yet to
Lieutenant.
play it.
Alright, so you have a bruised, bloodied, and possibly mildly concussed elephant. It was on the ground.
Ah,
And you pretty much skipped right to the second floor and got ambushed by armor.
I'm just gonna kneel down, pick up its helmet, and hold it at the elephant. You got down. Almost got killed. By this.
I'm gonna say, as you hold it up, the
Hold on a
bottom
second.
part of the visor just falls off.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna like toss it just away from me after that.
So I'm gonna go in that room he was guarding.
In here?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
While she does that, I'm gonna check the room opposite of her.
Okay, you. Of course, the orc's gonna actually make me read something.
Hey.
boy.
I rolled a 19.
Yeah, I'm gonna take care of him first.
I'm really just more peeling my head in. Just do I see any kid, any monster?
I'm going to whisper in Evers's ear. How about you give yourself a healing spell, friend?
Damn it! I'm trying to find that. Fuck you guys.
Alright. Shump. Red velvet drapes cover the windows of this room. An exquisite mahogany desk and a matching high-backed chair face the entrance and the fireplace, above which hangs a framed
Mahogany?
picture of a windmill perched atop a rocky crag. Situated in corners of the room are two overstuffed chairs, floor-to-ceiling bookshelves line the south wall, and a rolling wooden ladder allows one to more easily access the high shelves.
I don't like it when I get kicked off a page.
Sorry.
I'm just gonna back out, muttering, just much too fancy. Too much.
And
Too much, you know. Too fancy.
Now for Nympheus Chunfa. You see, obviously in front of you, a grand piano that looks to have been almost recently cleaned. A harpsichord rests right there. And chairs seem to, or upholstered chairs just line the, where the fuck is my compass? The eastern wall. Across from the piano is yet another fireplace. There's a lot of fireplaces in this house.
How many fucking chimneys do they have?
I'm not sure.
I'm hoping enough.
What is this? Industrial Revolution America?
I'd say impoverished Britain at best. This house itself actually looks very well kept. The insides look very, I'd say upper middle class, at least by our standards now. But it looks like this family was very well off for some reason or another.
I mean, I would hope they have a living metal suit of armor. Well, had a living metal suit of armor.
Plot twist, that was the younger brother.
Oof. Oof. Sorry, kiddos, I mowed on your brother. And I'm
Remember,
ruining him.
The eldest, the girl, said that the brother was not even a year old.
Did nobody get my reference?
No.
Damn it.
Huh? No, the staircase still goes up.
Then I'm gonna go upstairs.
You guys are skipping a lot of rooms.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
The wizard is concerned.
You want to go up another floor, Junhua? Or do you want to try to give the elephant a chance to rest, or, investigate literally any of the other rooms?
How about, okay, hold on. Wait, I'm trying to grab my
You can always communicate amongst the other players what they saw.
Okay, so hold on, I'm gonna wait for a minute.
I'm going to move those back to the GM layer so it's not cluttering.
Did anyone go in this door?
No.
Then I will go in there.
And no one went in that little door either. Chunhua, this is very obviously a dining room. A very large, very intricate portrait hangs on the southern wall. Right here. Right here. I can't really see because of the light. Oh, I'll read while you're doing it. The walls themselves seem to have a trim depicting a forest with a number of beings playing amongst it and a few deer even.
I like deer.
You can investigate further if you wish.
What, the painting?
Anything really. On the table itself, you see that it is currently set to see 8 people. Each seat itself has a full set of actual silverware.
I'm gonna take some of that silver.
How much? Forks, spoons, knives, what?
I'll take 2 silver knives. Because I have the knowledge that that would be good.
Okay. Zexel, I see you moved. What do you wish to do?
I am going to investigate this room here.
Right here?
Yes.
Okay. It seems to be a kitchen. The kitchen itself is very tidy. Dishware, cookware, utensils seem to be put away neatly. And the pantry itself is just open enough for you to smell a little bit of produce inside. In the southwest corner, right here, is a dumbwaiter.
I'm gonna go up the next flight of stairs.
Okay.
I shall also.
Okay, I'm gonna check this.
I'm gonna move Shump because there.
Ooh, very.
So you're checking out the pantry now.
Yes.
It is very well stocked with breads, potatoes, onions. It seems almost at any given moment someone could start a stew. Some of the bread itself actually still smells fresh.
Alright, so I'm gonna go upstairs where the rest of them are.
Alright.
Can I do a perception check to see if I hear anything up here?
Go for it. You see, or you hear the flapping of drapes. That's it.
I had my first bad roll of the night.
And even then, if you had advantage, it would be good.
Yeah.
Ibris, what are you doing?
Well, first and foremost, I'm going to be casting Healing Word on myself.
Alright, I believe that's 1d4 of healing.
Plus.
Plus your casting ability changes changes class to class. Would that be charisma for a cleric?
No, that's wisdom.
It's
1d4 plus wisdom.
Ooh, alright.
Yay!
You are
That's
back
what
at
I'm
full health, I
looking for.
believe.
Yes, I am. Oh, great. Up there it goes. There was just a lot of them.
There.
I was trying to figure out why nothing was happening, so I spammed left click.
I got you. When it comes to healing and that, I'm guessing you're going to join them again?
Yes.
Okay, I'll put you right there. But when it comes to healing and that, I'll take care of it. It's no big deal for me. It gives me something to do. This Oktoberfest is actually really good.
Yeah. I was gonna go with shoe in and.
Right, you actually see another suit of armor right here, styled almost the exact same.
Instinctively smash its face in.
You can make an attack roll if you want.
Be careful not to hit the floor.
Fuck you.
Can I go into this? Wait,
Here?
no, not that one.
This? Not this? Or down here? Down there? Alright.
Yeah.
You see what looks like a, it almost looks like a guest bedroom, but it's a little better than what you would expect.
Could I roll perception?
Yeah.
Okay.
While she's doing that, I'm gonna prop open the doors to check in this room.
Alright. So Shump actually finds the master suite. While Chunhua
Looks nice.
finds
I'll walk in.
the nursemaid suite. Shump. The room itself is very dusty and filled with a lot of cobwebs. The bed itself looks as if it has not been touched in years.
Wait, Conan, didn't you say this is the master bedroom?
Yes. If you want to make a perception check, I could give you more information. If you
Yeah,
get a good one.
I'm gonna do that.
You notice that the drapes themselves look moth-eaten. And there is a jewelry box sitting right here. The suite itself is dusty. It has a portrait of a man and a woman that you could only consider to be the mother and father of this house. The painting itself looks dulled, but not too damaged. Chunhua, the room itself looks to have a few devices that you might expect in a nursemaid suite. Has jugs, pitchers, even has a bedpan and even stuff to change diapers. But all those look very, very old. As you two observe your surroundings, you're suddenly realizing that there is something very wrong with this house.
It looks like it hasn't been upkept in years.
And
Yeah, I'm a back out and head to the rest of the party. Just
Did we get
if your
punked
don't
by
daughter's a
know.
ghosts?
newborn, these diapers should be used.
Did
Well,
we get punked by ghosts?
the diapers themselves are just cloths. They're like clean cloths, ready to be used as diapers.
There should be evidence of use somewhere in this house.
Alright. There's still a few more rooms to inspect.
I'm gonna go in this little one right here.
Go ahead and roll for initiative.
Oh God!
Oh, for God's sake. It's actually going to be a broom, isn't it?
Mm,
Did I hit it? No.
you got initiative. I just gotta set it up.
Oh God, it's the librarian from Ghostbusters.
Go ahead and do it again if you have to. Click on your token first. If you need to.
Okay.
Damn it.
What do I do after I click it?
Clean list. Then
What do I do after I click it?
you would roll initiative again. Oh, I'm gonna
sorry,
do
I
the
clicked it
19
twice.
for you. Then Shump, we just need yours.
I only rolled. It was a 3.
Alright, then I gotta pull this things up again. Where'd my keyboard go?
I assume it's right down near the monitor.
I have a separate keyboard. A Bluetooth one. Or not Bluetooth, a RFD one.
I assume it's somewhere in your room.
Yes, it is. It's just... Oh, Okay.
I'm there twice. I gotta fix it.
Then I'll do that to 19. So where do I go for the initiative on this one? Oh, there it is.
Oh,
Ooh.
Oh, no.
Well, that makes sense. That makes sense, actually. Based on the situation, that makes sense. You two would be technically the first to react.
Yeah.
Alright, so this little beauty is going to burst out shrieking at you. It seems to be a woman, very... It looks wrong. That's the only way I could describe it for you right now. It's going to burst out at you from through the wall and make a attack roll against you. Whoops. Whoops. Please.
ah.
Make a Constitution saving throw. Just click your con.
Yeah.
Ooh. That's 9 necrotic damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Wait. What's your
And her hit point maximum goes down by 9.
Oh.
You're at 4 then.
Oh god.
As she makes contact with you and rips at you with her hands, you feel your life just draining out of your body. You're up, Chunhua.
I'm conflicted because I know if I run out of this room, it's attack of opportunity.
You can use the disengage action, actually.
Really?
Yep, you will forego any attacks you have, and you can take your full movement without invoking attack of opportunity.
Okay.
You simply have to say you want to take a disengage.
I would like to disengage. Also because I feel like fighting her in this very small room is a bad idea. So I'm going to move to near the staircase.
You can actually make it back to them. You can make it to Shunk.
Okay, then I'm going there.
Alright. Next to react is Ibris from hearing the being scream.
Okay. Go here.
Okay?
And I will just stand guard by the door, waiting for whatever the hell that was to get out here.
Alright, then would be Shump.
I'm just gonna move right here and ready in action.
And Zexel? Oh, by the way, what action are you gonna ready?
And attack.
Okay. Zexel Zara? Or Zara?
Let's see.
What are you laughing at now?
The noise of your wrapper.
I like candy. Sue me.
I'm just going to ready my dagger in hand and use that to throw at the ghost, at the enemy when it comes. I'm gonna move here and then just throw my dagger when I see it.
Okay.
Hit Shump in the shoulder.
If you throw that thing into me, I am elbowing you.
Which leads us back to the being. It is going to fly through the walls screaming its entire time and swiping at the first thing it sees, which would be the elephant.
Why me?
Because you're the biggest and first thing.
Would I get my attack?
I'd say you can use it as a reaction since you readied it.
Okay. Does an 11 hit?
No.
Okay.
Your maul
Tell me
simply...
not to hit the floor.
Your maul swings down and clips the wall next to you and bounces off to the floor.
Tell me not to hit the floor.
Shemp is
Tusk
gonna
mouth,
make
bitch.
his floor cave in eventually.
Hey,
To be fair,
who
we are
was
at a
it that
different
got
floor.
the computer? Oh, you elephant.
It is going to make a attack roll at the elephant. 22. Make a Constitution saving throw. That's a success.
But now you're down.
But its hit points is not, or your hit points are not reduced.
Goody.
I mean, I would hope.
So there's not your minus Q doesn't work. Damn it! Wait, I realize that number lock is not on this keyboard. All right. It claws at it seems to just shove its hands into you and pull them out. You can feel energy being
I'm not
siphoned from
into
your
this.
body. Next up would be Chunhua.
I want to chuck my flask of holy water at it.
Go for it.
Do I have to click my holy water?
No.
Okay, how do I do it?
I'll say basic attack roll. It'd be does 5e go by dex space when it's ranged? Like throwing?
I believe so.
I believe, yeah.
Oh, I have to save my...
No, 1d20 plus your dex, which is 0.
It would have worked either way. Well, 13 hits. The flask itself, once it passes within it, it seems to just explode. The being itself, or the being in front of you, seems to just shriek for a moment before sinking down towards the ground, but doesn't go through the ground.
Doesn't the holy water do radiant damage?
Doesn't have a weakness to radiant, but technically it's a magical item, so go ahead and make a damage roll. I think that would be 1d6 for holy water attacks. Yeah. Alright.
2d6 if it's undead.
2d6, so go do 2d6.
Total of 6 damage.
That's a good amount. That's better than nothing.
I mean, yeah.
The being itself, the body itself seems to almost solidify for a moment while it's writhing in pain from the holy water literally bursting inside of its chest. You can hear the sizzling of the holy water attacking its ethereal form. Next would be Ibra's give me a death saving throw.
Oh my god.
To be fair, this is how my first run at this.
Yay!
Hey, that's one pass. 2 more and you're up. But this is pretty much how my first run through of this was.
Except with a
Yeah,
broom.
fucking broom.
Alright, next would be Shump.
Just because I don't really know what else to do, I'm just gonna bring my maul down on it.
Alright. That's a hit. Go ahead, do a damage roll. That +5 is coming in clutch. Oh!
I know, right?
Oh!
Die!
As your maul passes through its body, it makes contact with the remnants of the holy water and actually slams through the body. With it, drags down the being into the ground. The being itself is very, very unhappy with what has just happened.
I could
You guys
imagine.
know, I'm taking my ball and going home.
Zexel Zara, it is your turn.
Let's see. The wizard doesn't have any spells to do this with. I'll just throw my dagger at it.
Make an attack roll against it.
Oh, no.
Shump, make a dex saving throw. Make a reflex save.
Are you kidding me? I told you what would happen.
I called
pretty
it.
much happened our first session.
Alright, Shump managed to dodge the dagger, but it does seem to just, the flat side of the blade just glides against your face before it just sticks into the wall.
I'm just gonna momentarily look behind, like, the ghost. You were attacking the ghost.
How did you miss? He was 3 feet in front of you.
Technically 10.
I was making a damn Mulan reference, you dick.
We're all standing 5 feet apart because we're not gay.
Oh yes, D&D and vines, that's what we needed. The Spectre is going to look at Shump, very,
Oh shit.
very pissed off, and attack.
Oh shit.
Be happy this one doesn't have multi-attack. 18!
Ah, God.
Make a dex save.
It was supposed to be Constitution.
Or, yeah, Constitution.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
Constitution.
sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
You still take 9 damage, though.
Oof.
Hey,
If only it missed. If only it was 1 point lower.
well, you're not down.
Yeah, I'm just like, okay.
You
That's fucking
it
no.
grasps towards your heart, and you feel your energy just being ripped out of your very body. As it,
I'm assuming I can't just like wave, like slap his hand away, like no.
no, as it pulls its hand back out of your chest, it lets out a scream, an unholy scream that you've never heard of in your life. Chunhua,
It says you're a heretic.
your turn.
Okay. Let me peruse my options real quick.
This is going pretty much exactly how my first session went.
Yeah, I'm having intense flashbacks right now. Alright.
The only difference is that we don't have someone investigating every little fucking detail. That's a hit. 9 piercing damage.
Yes.
With that hit, the being screams. It shrieks at the top of what could have been its lungs before it just dissipates into particles and energy.
Oh, thank God.
Then that disappears. Let me clear that order real quick.
Since it was a ghostly being, is my arrow salvageable?
Yes, it just clutters to the ground.
Yes, I'm getting my arrow back.
I go pick up my dagger, apologizing to Shump for almost hitting him.
You guys are letting your cleric get fucked up. That's what you're doing.
To be fair, we're all pretty much fucked up.
Not to mention the elephant in the room, but
Not Zexelzar. Zexelzar is doing great.
I mean, I'm staying away from everything. I'm not going into rooms by myself.
I'm gonna do the same thing as last time. I'm gonna walk over to the elephant, punch him in the chest, and tell him to get up.
Wake up,
This isn't the
Lieutenant.
time to be sleeping.
I'm imagining Michael Scott in the episode where they're practicing CPR.
Yes.
His body
Boo.
just... You see the shockwave in his body as he just kind of thumps.
Oh, that's
Nymphius, you
awesome.
successfully bring him back to his to stability.
Look what Megan just did.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, with skill checks, nat 20s do nothing.
I'm still happy about it.
So,
Don't mind the difficulty breathing.
I'm gonna say Ibris does remember the punch to the chest.
So currently we have a 1 health total, a 3, and a 4. We're doing great.
I mean, I
We
would
have a
hope
9.
so. I would hope.
Yes, well, that's because I'm full health. Anyway, the wizard suggests that we take a long rest.
I'm good with that.
Oh, wait.
But I would hope the elephant remembers the punch, and elephant never forgets.
I'm
There's
gonna
just
do
a very audible sound of hands rubbing together, like I'm getting ready to smack somebody.
So it sounds like my hands after work, dry as hell. I'm possibly a little bit greasy.
I am down for a long rest.
Don't you try anything, Edwis. If anything is on your side, it's not life.
Just remember, Chunhua, in that room that you went to when the being came out, you still don't know exactly what the being is. You did see a cradle.
Oh, I need to go back in there for the baby.
And you do
What a
have 2 beds to rest in. Although they be dusty and possibly crusty.
Yeah.
You don't know what went on in those beds, and I don't either. The book doesn't say.
Okay. The,
Oh,
I'm
that's
just gonna
disconcerting.
go to
I feel
this
like I
bed
should go check
and
the baby.
rest. I'm a rest in this bed.
You want to check on the baby?
I feel like I should do that before we rest.
Sorry, I'm choking on a cookie.
Goddamn child.
Yes, I am.
Oh, I thought he was talking about the actual child in the game.
I'm sure he was.
You're
he
the
told
one
us
thing that's
he was
worse
a
than a
goddamn child.
rapist.
The crib itself has nothing but a ball of blankets in it. It looks like it was well prepared for a child, and you can't tell if it was used or not.
Alright, so... Well, missing baby.
Alright,
Is it missing room?
So, you guys agreed to take a long rest?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Choose a room or rooms.
I'm gonna wait until she gets out of the room to take off the armor so I can rest in the bed.
A modest orc? The fuck?
I have a few of women and undressing in front of others.
You know what? For remembering that and acting upon it, I'm going to give you inspiration for that. I
Hey!
applaud you. I applaud you. An inspiration die can be expended for any attack, save, or skill roll. And it can be used it can be used as if you're an advantage. You roll both, Like, you roll one, choose if you want to use inspiration after that, then you choose whichever one's higher.
Okay.
But I'm giving you inspiration for remembering that. I applaud you.
Yeah, that was
Uh,
actually pretty good. I forgot that.
I mean, to be fair, I'm also scared of spiders and enclosed spaces, but I have a door here, so I don't really count that as an enclosed space.
I wouldn't say that's enclosed because that's actually a fairly large room. That's 20 by 15.
Yeah.
I'd say if you go in
I
the nursery, that'd be different.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
my character is gonna do something similar, except he's gonna look for any spiders and just end them because that's his fear response.
Oh, I love that
Wait,
nature roll for fears.
hold on. You have a few response of ending spiders?
No, my fear response is murdering them. That's what happened because I'm afraid of
Okay,
them.
I think we can play off of each other because I also have a few spiders, but it's very much how I'm
Oh,
doing is very much like how I
Oh,
well, I can
also,
win the fight.
also Ziggy, I rolled 0, remember? But I sold myself for fears.
yes, I remember. I appreciate that.
Meanwhile, I just rolled the max that I could.
In my case, I don't have a fear of spiders, but I do have a fear of being poisoned. So if there's a poisonous spider, then I'm losing it.
All of them are poison, or actually, none of them are poisonous. All of them are venomous to a degree.
Damn you and your pedantic shit.
Hey,
There is
poison is ingested, venom is poison is ingested while venom is injected.
and just remember,
If you bite
it
it
bites,
and you die, it's poisonous. If it bites you and you die, it's venomous.
if it bites you and someone else dies, that's a coincidence.
That's cool. That's a coincidence.
If you bite it and it doesn't, or if you both bite each other and neither of you die, it's kinky.
Or if it bites something and you die, that's voodoo.
All right. So, long rest.
Spell slots restored, health restored.
All of your hit
Hooray.
dice that you may have expended during a short rest, which you took none, is restored.
No one took a short rest.
Which is why I said that.
Do I have full health again?
You are at full health. I will say that you are at full health. However, I want you to make a will save.
Oh, a will save?
Yes, wisdom based.
Constitution?
Everyone?
No, just him, because he slept alone.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
Gonna wake up to a Spidey bitch.
You see rats crawling all over your chest.
Mm.
And as you realize that they're there, you see them like clawing at you, ripping up your clothes, eventually clawing at your very flesh, tearing it up. Then you wake up.
Oh shit. Okay.
Was this a
As
Freddy
you wake
Krueger
up,
dream?
you think you hear something moving in the walls, but you can't quite tell.
Yeah, I'm just gonna scream something like swatting at my chest. That's how I'm like, oh fuck shit.
And as you actually wake up, swatting at your chest, the mirror that was right here falls over and crashes loudly, shattering the glass.
Is it appropriate to shriek? I think it's appropriate to shriek.
You can make a wisdom save to avoid shrieking, but you can if you want.
No, I think I'm just gonna shriek.
Stop being a pussy.
Before immediately bolting it to just like out here. Not even really paying attention, just bolting.
Yeah, you actually find yourself on a balcony. As you enter the balcony and see the outside, you see nothing but a wall of fog surrounding the house. You can't even see the two buildings that were next to it.
Hold on, quick question. In relation to the front of the house, is this right here by the front door?
In relation to the layout of the house, yes. From where you see, you could, in fact, see the front of the yard.
Do I see the children?
The fog is too thick. You can't see anything beyond about 5 feet away from the building itself.
Okay. Can I... I'm speaking a little bit louder, just a bit quieter than a yell. Kids, are you there?
Make a perception check for that. Just because you'd have to hear. You hear nothing but the creaking of the gate in the front yard.
Okay, that's... Upon that, I'm gonna walk back inside and I guess walk to the other bedroom and knock on the door to wake everyone else up.
As you pass by here, you hear a slight clutter as if something fell over.
Pass by whale.
Right here. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Which I'm sure would make you walk even faster.
Yep. I'm just gonna start furiously knocking on that door.
What would everyone else's reaction be to the orc pounding on the door after hearing him shriek from the other room?
I don't know what's on the other side of that door. Yes, I do. I'm just gonna smash at the door with my hammer.
Make an attack roll on the door.
Oh, for fuck's sake. If this is the only 20 I get, I'm gonna be really happy and sad at the same time.
You hit. Make a damage roll on that one.
Oh boy. And it's done.
The die
Really?
changes depending on
I believe a
the.
Warhammer is 1d12.
It varies because it's a versatile weapon.
True.
One-handed is 1d8. Two-handed is 1d10. I went with one-handed.
As you swing the Warhammer against the door, it splinters. And the shards just fly past Shump. I'm gonna say you get an intimidation check on him.
Here's Empress.
Make an intimidation roll on him.
Oh god, what would that be? Just
And Shump against that, make another will save.
oh boy.
It's, wisdom, correct?
Yes. Shump just looks at Ibris, very annoyed.
Human feeling.
You had an elephant and an orc, both having warhammers staring at each other, pretty much having a fucking dick measuring contest.
This is what happens when a lawbringer meets a raider.
You know what? In response to that, I'm just gonna grab him by the tusk and drag him to the door where I heard the sound.
Which tusk?
He does have a broken tusk.
I'm just gonna grab one. I don't care.
Alright. If you want to resist that, it would be strength checks against each other.
Oh boy. Yeah, sure. Yeah, why not?
Orc versus elephant. Who is stronger? Sean just very annoying grabs Ibris and drags him to the door. Chunhua and Zexel Zara are just looking at this.
It's like the Three Stooges after Mo dies.
You know what's sad? Shump and Shemp. No one talks about Shemp.
Who is Chimp?
Shemp was the fourth stooge.
It was a 4.
Oh no!
Yes!
Oh,
Just like there was 5 Marx brothers.
And 4 musketeers, but nobody cares about the 4th one.
Oh yeah, there were 4. Shit.
Mm,
Yeah, I'm just
So-
gonna drag Chump to the door and
I'm gonna
check now.
Yes, Chunhua?
cautiously watch from the doorway.
At this point, I'm just imagining Zexel sitting at the table just eating something.
Yes.
Just
And-
classically eating a fucking crumpet.
Yeah, this is
I,
a
I,
normal
I,
Friday
I'm,
morning.
I'm eating something while checking through my spell book. Just be,
I would like to snack on one of my one-day rations while watching.
Lay Forgotten Realms Instagram.
Hey, this is just a normal Friday morning for the group.
Alright, so you open the door.
Yeah.
Really, I'm just gonna drag Shump in front, like, you check now.
You're gonna drag yourself in front of you?
No, he's dragging you. He beat you in strength.
Yeah, I know. He said he's gonna drag Shump in front of him.
So I'm going to
my
move y'all
bad.
to this. There. So, Ibris, do you open the door?
Yeah.
Make a will save real quick.
Oh, goody. What is that again? Con? Wisdom?
Wisdom.
Feck.
You actually fall on your ass because a broom falls out of the door.
Not the broom! No! Not the broom!
My flashbacks.
So as the broom actually clutters down, you just kind of like skitter back on your hands, like crab walking away from it.
I yell
Wait,
over,
I
hey,
got killed by a bloom.
I yell over, I'm gonna do a quick find familiar really quick. Don't do anything stupid.
Too late.
Well, to be fair, I actually had to make that, so anyone watching the stream, I'm moving that right there because I know where I want it. I just forgot to move these tokens pre-stream. Because I'm stupid.
Well, it's fine, Ziggy, because sometimes I don't even make NPC enemies until the stream.
Yeah. My biggest thing is just, this is the module, it's pre-made, it's pre-organized, and I did say I was changing things. Like, the armor wasn't supposed to be there. I know I'm metagaming, but the armor is supposed to be right here. But it wasn't, because I changed it. And I'm deciding where the Broom of Doom will be.
I'm so afraid.
Oh, God.
But yes, that was actually where the original Broom was supposed to be.
While
Oh, God.
he's summoning, I would like to move downstairs and see if the kids came in the house through the night or something.
To the first floor.
Yeah.
Okay, let me change my layer again.
Oh yeah, I'm casting Find Familiar as a ritual. So
Which-
it'll take around 70 minutes to do.
70?
Yeah, because rituals take extra time.
Alright.
Well, I suppose I'll try to check the rest of the room that the green-faced bitch dragged me to.
You know, it's funny, technically both of you have tusks.
Mine are actual tusks. His are just yellow things sticking out of his mouth.
Record teeth. Thank you very much.
Oh, I love my characters role-playing. You find that is actually just pretty much a cleaning closet.
Wait, so hold on. Did I literally get scared because of a broom?
Yes.
Not you, Ibris did.
No.
Oh wait, yeah, you got
You said he
spooked.
heard it
He
clattering
got
around.
spooked. He got spooked. Ibris got scared because the broom fell off at him.
Just gonna take
Why
the
are you
broom and
like
chuck
this?
it at him.
inside the room seems to be several folded sheets, blankets, and a lot of bars of soaps. Some of the soap seems to have a couple. It looks like teeth marks in it, like very, very tiny teeth marks in it.
Oh, okay. Okay, I get what that is. Okay.
The baby was eating soap.
That was a foul mouthed baby.
Yeah.
Alright, Chunhua, as you actually check the first floor, you don't see anything. And when you check this room again, you actually notice the cabinet that had, you actually realize the cabinet that had the lock on it again.
You mean like it's unlocked this time?
No, you
Or
just
still locked?
see it again. Make a perception check on it real quick. You very clearly remember that the paneling on this cabinet was originally wood, and now it's wired glass. Kind of, like, you know how the glass that you see like in hospital doors have like the little wires going through it? It's kind of like that.
So it changed.
Yes. No, I'm not going to make you be afraid of that one. But you're very unnerved by the fact that this house is changing. Within the cabinet itself, you notice 3 crossbows and 4 separate sets of... Or you notice 3 sets of bolts and 1 box with fletching sticking out of it, as if it's a 4th box of ammo.
So would I have to break the glass to get it?
That would be a strength check, or you could try to pick the lock.
What would it be to pick the lock?
Dex.
Yeah. It'd be Dex.
I'll try that before I just straight up break it.
After fumbling
I keep
with
hitting
it,
the save, God damn it.
if you need to, you click here.
Okay. I'll
But
remember that for next time.
I'm gonna say fuck up because it's the same roll. But after fumbling with it for about 5 minutes, the lock clicks, then just falls to the ground.
Alright.
The people upstairs actually hear a dull thud coming from downstairs.
Can I shut up the stairs? Y'all want weapons?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna walk down the stairs.
I quickly smack the orc with the broom and go downstairs.
I will take the crossbow bolts that apply to me, which would be the light ones.
Alright. There is a hand crossbow, a light crossbow, and a heavy crossbow. The 4th
sweet
set
Jesus.
of bolts seem to be bolts for a light crossbow.
How many?
It'd be 5. But there is a writing on it.
Writing?
Yeah, there's writing on the box containing them.
Oh. What is it?
I believe there's 20 bolts for each crossbow.
Alright. I'm taking the special arrows too.
Yeah, 20 bolts for each.
What did the special arrow box say?
What languages do you read?
I know Common, Celestial, and Deep Speech.
Alright. It appears to be in Elven.
Okay.
But
Oh,
they do
oh.
give off a light energy.
Nah, never mind.
Light as
Wait.
in, like, a lower amount of energy, not like actual light.
I'll take them for now.
Alright.
I'm gonna quickly go downstairs to that room.
Need help moving your stuff?
Boop.
Oops.
Ah.
There. And
Yeah,
get some shump moving?
Yeah,
Okay.
but
I'm useful
not
for
gonna join
one.
them in that room. I'm not gonna join them in that room. I'm gonna walk to the outside doors and just peek my head out, see if I can see the kids.
As you exit the room, the door in the, I'd call this the foyer, I guess. You notice that these right here, instead of a gate, it appears to be just a solid iron fence. It's about upper chest high for you, but it's still an iron fence.
Can you move me to the second floor?
Okay, so it changed a good bit.
All right, Ziggy. When my ritual is done completing, it's an owl.
You're summoning an owl?
Yes, an owl familiar.
Okay.
I'm gonna open up the gate and peek my head out.
It's not a
Kid?
gate. It's just... It's looks like someone built the iron fence from this side of the wall to this side.
Did anyone explore the room?
Oh, like it doesn't open at all.
Shump peeked in there, but he didn't actually explore it. He just said it was too fancy for him.
Is that the one that had the jewelry box?
No.
Oh.
That was the master bedroom.
Well, my character wouldn't know that, obviously. But...
Yeah. But you do notice a lot of books here. If you want to make a perception check, go ahead.
Sure, some of the books might be.
I guess since I can't open it up, I'm just gonna half climb over, just kind of lean over to look around the side, to look in this direction. See if I see the kid.
Just look at the books and I'm like, yeah, those are books.
No. I actually have information for you on this one.
Ooh, that's a...
But, Shump, you notice nothing. You see nothing but a gate lightly creaking outside.
Alright, on that note, I'm gonna walk back in, guys, the kids are gone and we're locked in this house.
You got ghosted.
Yeah.
You notice that a great number of these books are about some form of magic.
That sounds like something that will interest Sexel.
Ibris, do a perception check real quick.
Okay.
No need to be afraid of this one.
Not afraid, I'm just very blind.
Zexel is
the
just...
master bedroom while he's still doing his ritual.
You can go in
What?
there, you just can't bother him.
Okay.
Ibris, you actually notice the cask has the cask of wine on the table. You notice it for the first time because you haven't been in here. But you do notice that one of the glasses have been filled. And it looks about like half full.
Do I notice anything in the cabinet?
The second cabinet, you find a small box inside of it, and a large assortment of wine glasses, differing styles, and even a couple of them are different materials, whether it be pewter, glass, or just silver.
I'm gonna have a closer look at the box.
Alright. It is unlocked.
I did perception in the master bedroom.
Is this the same box that Megan was looking at earlier?
No. The box that you are looking at now has a deck of playing cards.
Nice. I'm gonna take the playing cards.
Alright.
I'm gonna walk back upstairs, but I'm just gonna peek my head and say, we're locked in here. Gonna peek my head into the room Shump is in and say, we're locked
You
in.
notice the jewelry box.
What is in it?
I got it. Alright, the jewelry box itself seems to be made with silver and gold, worth about 75 GP. And insides is 3 rings. A thin platinum necklace with a topaz pendant, a topaz pendant. The rings are worth 25 GP each, and the pendant is 750 GP.
God damn.
All of it.
You're just pocketing the whole thing? You just putting the box in your bag?
Yes.
You mean
That
to
seems
tell
like a
me
very
you
not
have
good
another
idea.
stone?
You saw the jewelry box. You ignored
Yep.
it.
It's your own fault.
Damn you,
And then when he's
fancy!
done with his ritual, I'm gonna tell him there's a whole bunch of magic books downstairs that he might be interested in.
Magic books.
Rather, books about magic, it seems.
I'll go downstairs and go investigate those books.
Alright, that'd be here.
Like I said, I am going to be going upstairs. I guess as I pass them on the stairs, I'm just going to say, we're locked in here.
I'll move you. There. Not there. Down here.
Okay. I'm going to look at these books.
Go ahead and make a perception check on it. As you're peeking through it, you notice a very strange book. And as you actually move towards it, you notice that it itself is fake. Right about here, you notice that there is a fake book.
Alright. I'm going to pull the fake book.
Stereotypical mansion.
Jeez, we have a lot of elephants in the room.
As you open it, you see two more shelves filled with scrolls. On the far side, the south side of the room, so here, you notice a skeleton with its upper half inside of the chest. Like as if it fell into it.
I want to loot the scrolls and then tell everyone that there's something in here. I'm just gonna loot the scrolls and then go upstairs and tell everyone that there's a skeleton inside a chest.
Alright.
Binding of Isaac.
Did you just say in the chest?
So, are any of those scrolls magic? Because that's what I want to.
You can study them. It'd be an Arcana check. After a while of studying them, you notice that every single ritual inside of the scrolls you grabbed are complete bogus. Within each one is just enough truth to make anyone who knows pretty much entry-level information about magic believe that they're real. So these are obviously deceitful.
These scrolls are all bunk. They're all trash.
This depresses the wizard.
Yes.
So who's the first one in the room to check out the skeleton?
I'm going to grab that half-filled glass of wine and head to the second floor.
Yeah, I know something with a skeleton. I kind of want to check it out.
In my case.
So Shump is the first one to enter?
It may be a room far too fancy for me, but well.
In my case, I didn't finish exploring the nursemaid's room because of what happened, and I see that there's a second room attached to it. So I'm gonna go in this little room right here.
Oh, that's the balcony.
Oh, it's a balcony?
Yeah, that's where Shump ran to. Shump, you notice the skeleton sitting inside of it, wearing leather armor. If you wish to check it out, just let me know. Otherwise, you tell me what you want to check in the room.
Yeah, I want to make an investigation check on it.
What? Type it out on your phone.
The wizard is disappointed.
You notice that inside the chest, or the skeleton is wearing leather armor, as if someone else was exploring here. And in the armor are several, what you would assume to be poison darts, as if he triggered a trap from the chest. The chest itself is still kind of sitting half open with him slumped into it. With the 8?
No, earlier when I first
Well, I do have heavy armor on, so it's not like he
Yes.
can pierce me. Can I open up the chest more to see if there's anything in it other than just skeleton?
Before the fighter even does that, the wizard is going to move out of the way just in case
Well,
something happens.
I'm wearing heavy armor and I'm big. Nothing's gonna get past.
As you finish opening the chest, make a reflex save real quick.
Alright.
The wizard knew it.
The wizard mutters,
Wait,
called
what
it.
did he do?
Huh?
What did he do?
He finished opening the chest. As you finish opening the chest, you hear something, and you move to the side, just enough for dust to be shot past you. It seems
For
that the
dust?
trap was rearmed, but never loaded. So it shot air out at you with some dust.
Is there anything else in the chest?
Yes. You actually see in the skeleton's hand, from inside the chest, is a letter bearing a wax seal that you have
I'm-
seen somewhere else within this land. Or maybe
I'm a grab.
before you entered the land.
I'm gonna grab it.
Okay.
And,
There are 3
how-
more scrolls within the chest.
I'm gonna grab them all. How old does the skeleton look?
I don't know human decay rate, but it looks like it's just a dusty skeleton, no flesh on it at all.
At
Okay,
least
so it's
40.
been here for a while then.
Yes. The armor itself looks like it still looks very usable.
Okay. I'm gonna just pull the skeleton out of the chest and let the chest close.
And it's leather armor?
Yes.
And I'm gonna walk out with the letters and drop them on the table in front of Zexel.
It's 1 letter and 3 scrolls.
Sorry, what? I'll drop the letter and the 3 scrolls in front of Zexel.
Alright.
Because the orc can't read.
I
You might find the scrolls useful.
I will investigate the scrolls and then save the letter for last.
The scrolls themselves do have some magical energy and truth behind them. One of them is simply a light spell. It creates, I can't remember. It's not saying the name, it's in the fucking treasure area. But it creates light within 15 feet of you. It creates dim light. Which doesn't matter because pretty much all of you have dark vision.
It is something I can add to the spell book anyway.
You will have to study the scroll for it, and the other 2 are simply, one is a ritual of communication, and the other is a ritual of summoning, but that one has some blood spots on it, so you can't tell what the final components are.
So basically, one of them is a find familiar spell, and the other is a comprehend languages spell that I already.
One is to communicate with something else. The other one was supposed to summon something, but you can't quite tell what because you can't finish reading the components.
If I do an Arcana check for the communicate, can I know what the actual spell is?
Yes. Or at least you can tell the target of it. You notice that it is a dangerously higher power, but you can't tell exactly what. But
No, I mean the communication spell.
yes, the target of the communication spell was to kind of like as a warlock would try to find a patron. This is similar to trying to find something much, much higher than what you would wish to communicate with. Something that
Something
has
to not talk to. Okay.
something that you believe might even be able to crush a realm in and of itself.
I'm just
Excuse me?
going to burn the scroll.
No, 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 no.
You see, as you bring a flame to that scroll, you notice a green and blue fire come out of it, then it just vanishes into nothingness.
And because the summoning the summoning scroll doesn't allow me to see its components, I also deem it worthless and just burn it.
That one explodes into a small shower of sparks. So you...
And I just put the other scroll in my bag for future study.
Alright. The letter itself, every one of you vaguely remembered the wax seal on it. Every single one of you.
Could I do an intelligence check to see if I remember clearly?
Yes. Okay, anyone else real quick? Before I start handing out responses?
Yeah.
Sure. We.
Intelligence.
No. It's because... Did it work? Alright. Zexel. If you have any bonuses to history, add them real quick.
I used intelligence.
History is an intelligence base.
Oh, I don't have. Well, I'll just roll.
Alright. You remember very, very clearly that this was on the wagon that you talked to before you... or the wagon of the man you talked to before you appeared in this land.
I say, hey, this is the seal of the person who drugged us.
Ah,
Upon
shit.
hearing that, I'm gonna go back and check on the skeleton. Do I remember about what height that guy was who drugged us?
The guy that drugged you was human. He was about 5'11".
Can I make a check on the skeleton, see if it matches?
Sure.
I'm going to open and read the letter.
It'd be an investigation, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Oof. You can tell it is very, very tall.
You stare at the skeleton and think, is that human? Huh.
I'm pretty sure that's a
It
dog.
looked like it was alive at some point, but was it human?
I'm just gonna can someone see if this is human?
Oh, for Ray's sake, you goddamn fool. Investigation check, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go try to not fuck up. I'm just as much of a fuck up.
Leave it to both of the very clearly not
All right.
bright people to be not sure.
Chunhua, you know that it's human, but you can't tell its height. It's like, was it wearing heels? Was he wearing heels? Zexel, check your journal for the letter. Please let me know if it's in there.
I see it.
All right. It's up to you if you wish to read it to the others.
I tell them that, hey, I have opened the letter, friends. Let me read you this letter. My most pathetic servant, I am not a messiah sent to you by the dark powers of this land. I have not come to lead you on the path to immortality. However many souls you have bled on your hidden altar, however many visitors you have tortured in your dungeon, know that you are not the ones who brought me to this beautiful land. You were but worms writhing in my earth. You say that you are cursed, your fortune spent. You abandoned love for madness, took solace in the bosom of another woman, and sired a stillborn son, cursed by darkness? Of that I have no doubt. Save you from your wretchedness? I think not. I much prefer you as you are, your dreadlord and master, Strahd von Zarovich.
From the letter, you realize fully, completely, that there was no baby in this house. It was stillborn.
Apart from
I want to go home.
talk about how he said hidden altar and sacrifices clearly mentioned.
To be fair, you did find a skeleton. So, you know for a fact something died in this house. And an elephant almost died twice.
I'm not a shadow. I can't die twice.
Sekiro.
Oh, and on that note, there's still one more floor we haven't checked. I'm just gonna be like,
Well,
okay, I want out of this fancy room.
You remember there's 4 floors, but you haven't found a way to the 4th floor.
The stairs.
The stairs don't go
No,
all the
the
way
stairs
up.
ended. Yeah.
You could go up there and try to look around. You
Uh,
do remember the mirror fell over.
Shit. I guess I'm gonna go back upstairs and check.
I'll follow the orb to make sure he does not get his pants again.
One of these
So,
things don't like the other.
My owl buddy is going to help give advantage to people because that's what owl buddies.
Alright.
Who the fuck is that?
Make perception checks on the room.
Hooray!
The owl is our dear friend Zexel's familiar.
Could you get a token for owl buddy?
I can try.
Fuck!
Wait, wrong screen. I got owl bears. Oh, there's an owl. That's gonna be a big owl. I'm gonna shrink it. Because owls are not medium sized.
Nonsense.
Are you telling me we can't have one of the
Fuck it,
eagles
owl
from
has to
Lord
be
of the Rings
medium
with us?
sized.
Yes. Let him be a big
Yeah.
boy.
It's the owl from Ocarina of
Alright.
Time.
So, the first one to actually find anything with advantage would be Chunhua. Let me actually give control of Owl Buddy to Zexel.
His name shall be Buster.
There, I'll fill out the information for it later. You should be able to control it now, Zexel.
Cool.
Hey, it worked. Actually, let me give Owl Buddy light. But Chunhua, you do notice a hidden doorway behind where the mirror was. The hidden door is right here.
I'm still walking there.
All right.
As she enters, I'm just gonna say, "Careful! Something made it fall."
Probably your fan is going across the
You
room.
feel a breeze coming from down this that chamber of stairs. It itself smells of dust and death.
Oh, great.
I can't say quite
My two favorite
rot,
things.
but you do know that something's not alive up there, and it once was alive.
Alright, I'm just gonna cautiously continue.
I put Junhua where the entry of the next floor is, if anyone wants to move there or go to this little chamber right here. I should have grabbed the
Yeah,
beer.
I'll go ahead and walk in.
All right.
I have a
Hold on.
question.
Real
Yeah.
quick,
Is
I
that
know
little black dot supposed to be on the map?
Yes. It is to
Okay.
represent a locked door.
Okay.
it's a bit late since we already walked up, but since this entire level was cut off, how many? Do I see any spirals?
You see many, many webs, but you do not see any spiders, or at least any that are perceptible.
I'm gonna be hunched down a bit and constantly like just peeking up, like, oh god, oh no.
So this door right in front of me is locked.
Yes.
Okay.
Please tell me this works.
I like how we're all moving our tokens in sequence.
So then,
It
that
worked.
one's locked. I'm gonna check the one across from it.
Right. As you cautiously open the door, you notice it to be another spare bedroom, but this is cobweb choked and full of dust.
While she's checking that room, I'm gonna go and check this room.
Chunhua, you actually notice a doll sitting in this chair right here.
It's a mannequin.
Okay.
No, it's a very small,
Like porcelain?
no, it's like a stuffed doll.
Uh,
You notice
Oh,
that
that's even worse.
as you look around the room, you believe its head turned towards you and started watching you, but you can't quite prove it.
So, like a Raggedy Ann?
Punch it in the dick.
Yeah, kind of like Raggedy Ann, but think more.
Annabelle?
I wouldn't say that. I'd say more like
Annabelle was a
medieval,
porcelain doll.
more medieval.
Okay.
Like it has dirty brown hair, like a rag dress. So what room are you checking out, Shump?
This
Up or
one right
down?
here.
All right. It is like everything else you've seen to this point, very dusty. There are sheets covering various different objects. Yes, thank you. Various different objects, and there is a iron stove right here. As you look, around, you notice that there is a low hanging or very very low object covered in a sheet, and you see the corner of what looks to be a wooden box right here, like peeking out from underneath the sheet.
I'm gonna go over to it and just lift up the sheet.
It is a wooden chest. It seems to have nothing more but a external latch on it. It's unlocked.
I'm gonna unlock it and open it up.
You notice inside is something kind of big. Like, it would be medium-sized for D&D purposes, but it's kind of big, and it's wrapped up in a sheet.
I'm just gonna move the sheet. Just kind of roughly see if I can just uncover whatever was on it. If I can't, I'm just gonna whip the sheet.
It is a skeleton.
All right,
And,
I'm gonna stumble back.
the skeleton itself seems to be wearing a peculiar, or an outfit that kind of stands out to you.
Like I've seen it before, or it's just very, very odd.
It kind of stands out to you as if you recognize it. As if it's a almost recent memory.
Can I make a history check to see if I remember if one of the kids was wearing it?
No, this thing is far too large to be either of the kids.
Okay.
You could do a medicine check on it.
Whatever you're done.
I'll do a medicine check and a history check to see where I recognize the clothes from.
The medicine, the history check, you notice that you saw it somewhere since you came to this land.
Okay.
The medicine check, you realize that this was a woman, and she died by being stabbed multiple times with a knife.
Fun.
28 stab wounds.
Sure, let's go with that. You don't really find anything in the room, Chunwa.
So, what are we gonna do about this lock on the door?
I have a big ass hammer.
And you also have an orc who is more than comfortable with kicking in a door.
I just realized there's one thing in the library you never checked.
Library.
The
Oh.
desk. But, yeah, you guys can go for the door if you want.
Synchronized breaching?
That would be attack rolls. Are you going against the door or against the lock? Like, you trying to leave the door unarmed, or you just trying to open it to open it?
I'm just gonna try to open it. I
Right.
just want the door, and if I have to kick in the door, I'm gonna kick in the door.
I'm going to have Owl Buddy give you advantage for that kick. You're going to
Owl
give
Buddy's
you a
helpful.
bit. Owl Buddy is helpful.
Owl Buddy is the best buddy.
It would be a 1d20, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Well, it would be a strength.
It would be a
right?
strength check, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Strength. Okay, I can do strength.
Hyperextends knee.
Yeah, the door itself, as you make contact with the door, the chain comes tight, but the handles themselves simply fall off from the strength of the kick.
So wait, does it open or no?
Oh, with the chain to hold it closed was going through the door handle. Like it was holding it to the wall through the door handle, but with the door handle off, it just swings down and the handle falls to the ground.
FBI, open up.
Yeah, as I kick it in, what do I see in there?
Who's the first one in? Chunwa pushing past, or is Shump running in, following through?
I just moved in because I knew it was open now.
I guess she pushes through.
Chunhua, make a will save.
Oh, great.
Oh boy.
Wisdom?
You fail.
Great.
Hello and
You
welcome to Standing
see,
Up School.
you see two very small skeletons huddled together on the
And names
ground.
there.
One of them holding a toy that you recognize. The these skeletons are far too small for anything other than children.
Or
And the
hobbits.
despair fills your heart, and you just collapse to your knees. This room contains a bricked up window, flanked by two dusty wood framed beds sized for children. Closer to the door is a toy chest with windmills painted on its side, and a dollhouse that has a perfect replica of the dreary edifice in which you stand. These furnishings are draped in cobwebs. Lying in the middle of the floor are two small skeletons wearing tattered but familiar clothes. The smaller of the two cradles a stuffed doll you also recognize.
This house was a trap.
It's a trap. God damn it, it's the kids.
I'm sad.
Yeah, same. It's actually depressing. Shit.
Do you investigate anything within the room?
Well, since I'm wallowing in despair right now, I guess it can't be me. So
I'm going to walk into the room and try to look around.
The model house is right there, and the toy chest is right here.
I'm gonna walk in. I'm not gonna bother trying to investigate. I see the kid. I see the skeletons. I'm just gonna get the blankets on the ground, put the kids in, and just wrap them up. Try to give them a proper burial when I can.
Um,
I mean, I am a priest. I can say some rites over the bodies.
you could. Um, as you wrap the bodies, you feel as if you're being watched.
Can I tell from whale?
perception.
Yeah, perception check. You feel as if the skeletons themselves are watching you.
That's creepy. Yeah, I'm just. Each skeleton goes on a different blanket, and I'm just wrapping them up to, so I don't get the bones mixed up.
Alright,
Oh boy, what was that roll for?
I don't know. I'm stoned.
Oh boy.
You hear cluttering from within the room, but you can't tell where.
Alright. Should I use investigation?
I'm just gonna do my best to ignore it, just to keep. I'm trying just to
Alright.
get the kids in the blanket so I can give them a good send off.
Chunhua, you notice that there was creaking from within the house itself, and mimicked the creaking occurs within the replica house as well.
I want to do an Arcana check on the replica house.
Okay. Ooh.
Wow.
You do tell there's a vague energy about it, but it doesn't seem powerful enough to alter what happens in the house. You feel as if it's almost the recipient. So pretty much anything that happens within the house happens within the replica.
It's mirrored, but not completely.
Can we use the replica house as a base for clues as to what happened to the children?
You can investigate, perception check, whatever. Chunhua, you notice that within the fake house, or within the replica house, there is a hidden stairwell. And as you realize it, there's an energy shift within the house itself. You feel as if something else has changed. And when you look closer at the replica, you notice that the staircase itself is about here.
Does Chunwa then know where that how to get to said staircase?
We have 2 giant hammers. I'm pretty sure we can figure it out.
I don't have a hammer.
It's a
I have a
maul.
maul. Because I'm not a hammer. It's
guess
different.
As you stand up after investigating the house, you hear a small but familiar voice come from behind you. You found us.
Coming from behind
You
too.
finally found us. I gotta change layers. There we go.
I'm just gonna look around frantically, like, hold on, who said this?
And now you should see the ones that said it.
Oh shit.
I don't like the one on the left. That's slightly creepy.
Yeah.
It's a little baby Strahd.
The
It's a story.
you recognize these two as the two children you saw outside.
How did this happen to you two?
Hang on, I want to make sure I get the handout for you guys. Sorry. There. Show to everyone.
Thorn,
I like the names.
Rose and Thorn. Okay. Do we know the names or?
They were, yeah, because those were the names of the kids outside.
Yeah.
Okay, so we did get their names.
You remember their name, or they called themselves Rose and Thorn. But
Okay.
you yourself kind of doubt that's their actual name.
Rose is the older sister, and Thorn is the younger brother.
Yep.
Every rose has its thorns.
Stop.
As she sees the confusion and suspicion on your face, she bows her head slightly and says, Roosvalda and Thornbolt Durst. And she motions to the smaller one when she says Thornburst.
How did this happen to you two?
Rose says that her and her brother were locked in the attic for many days. They were afraid, alone. Their father found some dark books and started behaving differently. However, he soon locked us in here after bricking up the window. we couldn't find help because no one could see or hear us. We starved.
You mentioned the brother. Where is he?
He was dead before birth. I've never seen him myself. He was buried shortly after birth. Our mother was very angry about it.
Did we fight? Did we fight the baby brother?
No, he never existed in this house. He never entered.
Can I barely gently ask these children if they know about the woman who was stabbed?
That was his mother.
Oh.
Our father was with her, and their mother was angry about it. After we were bricked up, I heard some screams between mother and the nursemaid, but I don't know what happened. I was so hungry.
Damn it! I'm actually getting sad.
As she speaks, Thorn kind of buries his face in his sister's clothes to hide himself.
I'm gonna kneel down to about eye level with Thorn.
Alright, he kind of turns his face away a little more. He seems very scared of everything around him.
Perhaps that spirit that we encountered on the third floor was their mother.
I'm just gonna ask very somberly. Was that your mother?
No, we heard Mother about a day after the screams. She was angry. We didn't hear much after that, but we know that she left because we heard Father cursing about it.
So, it was the mother of their half-brother?
Yes.
The stillborn?
It was the nursemaid. The specter that you fought. The body that you found. Inside of the chest.
I was about to ask that. Let's see.
I doubt it. But since we found a letter to who I'm assuming is their father from Strahd, can I ask if they know anything about Strahd?
Make a diplomacy check on that.
Okay.
What would diplomacy be? Would that be persuasion or?
Well, that'd be her specifically.
Uh,
Or wait, no.
I'm just
actually,
asking for
it'd be
future reference.
persuasion. I guess they combined the two
Okay.
between editions. She says he's a very powerful man. I know nothing except the people of home fear him. I'm not sure why, but I never had the chance to learn. We've been stuck in this house for so very long.
Is it okay if I take you out to give you a proper burial?
Anything that lets us leave this place would be a blessing.
The wizard pipes up that the cleric can always sanctify the place.
That is correct.
It would be a ritual, but due to, and this is my personal studies on priestly rituals, he would have to surround the house itself rather than the inside of it. He would have to perform the ritual from the outside of the house and then inside. And at this moment, you can't get outside.
Never say that. We have an elephant and an orc. I can guarantee you,
Both
we
with
can
very
find a way out.
heavy bludgeoning weapons.
We can find a way out.
I think since the front door is locked, the only choice is to see where that hidden staircase leads.
You still remember that the staircase was about here. As you actually enter the room, or enter this room, you notice that there is now a door there when there once wasn't one.
Oh, I just noticed that those look like stairs. I thought it was like a fan.
A lot of people believe that it's a support beam. And with that, I must say, you have earned a level up.
Yay.
You are all now level 2, and you're gonna need it.
Oh god.
Oh joy.
And I think after the level up, it'd be a good chance for us to wrap this up. And because I'm not quite sure how everyone is. I know little Miss Nymphia's here needs to rest her tongue that she cut on a lollipop, and Sans has been rather sick. So I would like to allow them to rest. And we've been going for 2.5 hours.
Well, this was fun.
And with that, anyone want to plug themselves real quick? Feel free to put your information in the chat. Whether it's
Wins
Twitter or
all.
otherwise.
My name is Zora Chaos, and I stream up on Twitch and upload up on YouTube.
My name is Ways to Ways. I used to be on Twitter. I'm
Same.
actually planning on, once I get OBS set up, to restart streaming gameplay and or discussion videos. You can follow me at YouTube at Rise to A's.
You want to type that in so they know how to spell it? Underscores in that?
I will send you the link to my channel so that you can add it in.
Okay, I'll put it in the description.
Alright.
Little Miss Megan B here is typing in her stuff, and I believe Sans is also adding in his information. I'll wait until that is up, then I will end the stream and we can work on our level ups.
Like my Final Fantasy.
You want to put your Twitter in there or no?
I stream RPGs and chillax games.
Okay. And with that, thank you YouTube. Thank you everyone that has watched or joined the stream. I would have been in the chat later, but my phone died, so sorry if I missed anything. And with that, good night, and see you next session.
Yeet.
Let's try not to have a bad time.
Hey, I finally